things to change.
But you can't stop the change.
I will come back and free you, Mom. I promise.
I wasn't strong enough to save you, Mom. But I promise I won't fail again.
I am becoming more powerful than any Jedi has ever dreamed of. And I'm doing it for you. To protect you.
We've been gone for a minute, but we back now. Welcome to episode 6 of Cultural Collision, the Star Wars episode that's probably coming out a week before Star Wars Day.
I didn't even think about that.
I'm Marcus Ramos.
I'm Devin. I rode a bike for the first time in a decade and a half, and boy, are my arms sweaty. Hogan.
I'm Aiden.
And I'm Lucas Lyon.
Oh, Aiden Wright. But it doesn't really matter, I guess.
You might be Aiden wrong today if your tier list isn't correct.
It's perfect. It's perfect. It's absolute cinema.
And as we talked about, I don't know anymore, 2-3 weeks ago, we are doing the tier list of at least the main 9 Star Wars movies. How y'all want to do this? Do you want to go like what we have in each tier? Do we go we talk about each movie individually?
Okay. Or do we want to?
I was thinking going each every movie.
I like that idea. I like that idea. All right.
Do we want to go chronological order or?
I'm thinking release order.
Okay.
You want to do release?
I like that.
Yeah.
All
right.
And I got my tier list right in front of me right here, so I don't forget nothing.
All right.
So, the one that started it all, Episode 4, A New Hope. I got it in A tier.
All right. I have an opinion on this, and I don't know. You guys might not agree. It's S tier.
Yes.
Okay.
Everyone, because nobody remembers that George Lucas only intended for the one film. Like, Star Wars was not supposed to be a sequel, guys. If you didn't know that, like, Star Wars was just supposed to be a standalone film within itself. And that's why it's the perfect Star Wars movie. You have, like, I think it's a great character arc. I think it's, like, a good story. It's obviously, like, very basic, like, hero's call, like, hero's journey, whatever. But you have traveling from different planets to planets. You have space. You have, like, space fights when they're fighting at the Death Star. You get to see the Death Star. And the thing that, like, I love about that is there's no real, like, idea of what the Force is. It's still, like, super mythical and weird.
Like, they call it a religion, like, 20 times in that movie.
Exactly. When I was watching that, I noticed that. Like, it is so interesting to look at it from that start point. And, like, I wish I could go back to, like, I think it came out in, what, 68?
Like,
or 78?
Like, early 70s.
Early 70s? I wish I could go back then and watch it and, like, get that experience without seeing everything now. Because I think that would be so cool. Like, I totally get why people are attracted to it.
Like, you saying that reminds me of a bit from The Simpsons, where it was like, it was Homer and Marge walking out the theater for Empire Strikes Back. And, like, it's just like a huge line waiting to get into the theater, and Homer just goes, I can't believe Darth Vader is Luke Skywalker's father.
What? No, I have 2 things to say. I agree with the S tier because it's where it all begins. And it gives you the introduction to... I've been talking to you about this a little bit, probably a bit too much, about how Harrison Ford acts through his teeth in it. And it's just such an interesting thing where he's just like, all right, princess. And I'm just like, maybe I just appreciate old Hollywood teeth before they all became porcelain. But like, I like it. So much so that like the other day I kind of was dressed as Han Solo and you didn't notice until I mentioned it. And then what did you say?
I called her Captain Solo like 5 times after she said that.
Now I'm never wearing a vest again. Second thing, I think... Therefore I am. I don't think David Lynch's Dune, which came out in 1984, I believe, would have happened if Star Wars didn't come out in the 70s, or like just come out period. Because if you look like kind of beat by beat and like the style of how that is shot, we would be lesser. And shout out David Lynch, I think. Not for your politics, but for your films. I just dropped my David Lynch class, but I'm shouting it.
I was like, at least my reasoning with having at least an A tier is that I agree literally with everything you said. It's like I have 3 movies in S tier. So I think I just love those movies so much. I think even with everything that episode 4 has, those 3 are just such a cut above that like they got to be in the tier above it.
You see, I only have 2 S tier in my head, so I don't know. I want to hear your opinion.
I do too. I have 2 S tier movies, and A New Hope is one of them.
Yes.
There we go.
Lucas has been hyping this up to me for like 3 weeks that we talked about doing this. He's like, "Yeah, dude, like you're never gonna believe it. Like you're never gonna believe it." Thank God.
It's only gonna go downhill from here.
He told me I want to see your reaction.
But no,
to it.
I like it. I have it S tier because a lot of the same reasons you do. I think just the purity of it, before all the sequels, before all the spin-offs, before all the slop. It was just like the first Star Wars movie. It's so mythical, like you said, like the Force,
perfect.
all that. I think it's S tier. So you're
Sorry,
Yes.
I didn't mean to interrupt you. What is your opinion on the no cheese versions of, I think, the sequels? Have you heard of that?
I think
No,
it's the
I haven't.
prequels.
Of the prequels? Yeah, well, words. Where they cut out a lot of the slop and it like makes it for a more comprehensive movie. My dad's kind of a head, and so of course he has the no cheese version. I say with love because I'm also a dad. That he has the no cheese version of the prequels as well as like the regular ones, and like probably it's Disney Plus, so it has the like Sloppy Joe 2026 version of the sequels. But like, if you guys don't know what that is, then I'm sorry to.
Is that
Star Wars
the
fan.
how like they added CGI to it and stuff?
They took out a lot of the CGI and like Jar Jar Binks is still a part of it, but he's just not like a racist caricature every other scene. they took out the gratuitous. Like,
No, absolutely. I noticed that when I was rewatching the like originals for this was the CGI they implemented into it. I kind of hate it.
Yeah.
Like
It's bad.
when they're on Tatooine in A New Hope, it is brutal to watch because it just seems so out of place.
Yeah.
yeah.
Like I don't know how you bring in 21st century like you should just keep films as they are because like it was made for that way for a reason. Like when they're
I
in Mos
agree.
Eisley, like it used to be that empty just when they're driving the speeder through, and now there's this giant thing that's clearly CGI and just so out of place. But like it takes away. Like I thought Mos Eisley like at this point was supposed to be like this like for lack of a better term, like run down, slummy kind of area. That's how they hype it up in the originals. And now it's like they try to make it more than it is, in my opinion, at least.
Also, something that I really love about A New Hope and like the original trilogy in general is like, yeah, they use like, I don't know how the lightsabers work. They don't have real lightsabers. But for the most part, it's like practical effects, makeup, practical
Yes.
effects, like puppetry. And it's just like, that's cool. I like that more now. There's going to be kids growing up watching the original trilogy and be like, is there AI in this?
Yeah. Yeah, no, I completely get
Like
that.
the one scene in A New Hope where it was originally a deleted scene and they redid it with CGI and put it back in where Han first talks to Jabba the Hutt.
Yeah.
That feels AI generated. I
Dude,
can't lie.
it's so bad. It is so bad.
But we ready to move on?
Absolutely.
let's do
So we got the classic, the one everyone loves to talk about, Empire Strikes Back, which is the first of my S tiers.
Okay.
Okay.
Mine, it's also S tier for me. It is, what is it? First film. Oh, so sorry, everyone. Hold for chair ramming into the table, I guess. It's the first movie where it's post car accident Mark Hamill,
Yeah.
which I think strangled his brain and made him evil. But you know.
And the first one that wasn't directed by George Lucas.
Oh.
Yeah, I forget what his name was, but I remember how they talked. The whole reason that Hoth was a thing was because of how like they caught a lot of. Sorry, Matt. They caught a lot of for like they were like space is so easy to edit. It's so easy because it's all black. So it was kind of just like a big middle finger to them and like, okay, like fine, I'll do it on all white planet. You know what I mean? And so that's really cool. Do you want to give your rating before I give mine?
I have it in A tier.
I have it in A tier as
Okay.
well. I have it in
We're
A
on the
tier
same
as
page
well.
so far.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think it's one where, honestly, if I watched it when it first came out, it'd probably be S tier. I
Yeah.
think just because, like, before you watch it, like, when you're a kid, you already know, like, Vader's Luke's father.
Oh, yeah.
I found out from the
Yeah.
Lego games.
And if
Yeah.
you know German,
Pardon, what you say?
if you know German, also,
Yeah.
you got spoiled in A New Hope.
Yeah, I mean, like, but like that's the thing. Like, I love Empire Strikes Back. It was my least favorite one as a kid, actually.
Really?
I don't think I could really understand like the complexity, and I hated Cloud City. Like, I hated Cloud City. I could not stand it. I don't know why. Like, I thought it was such like a weird thing to do. Although meeting Yoda for the first time is absolutely
Yeah.
peak.
He's an expert rage baiter.
Yes,
Yeah.
dude. It's so, and like I couldn't appreciate how funny those scenes are, but rewatching it, I was genuinely laughing out loud. Him just with Luke, like it's all time.
And like just like as a little side thing, because like there are these what if Star Wars comics of like what if like this didn't happen, this didn't happen. There's one where like what if Luke failed to blow up the Death Star,
Oh,
and so in that one Luke still goes to Dagobah, but Han goes with him, and like the bit is cut way shorter because Han is just like this is a scam like scam artist right here. That's Yoda right there.
that's awesome.
Also, I was just reminded of this tidbit, Buffalo State tidbit. Dr. Luke Krieg, his name is not actually Luke, but he, in college, someone pointed to his friend and was like, "You look like Yoda," which now that I'm thinking about it, was it? That's
Well-
not nice.
Well, what was the implications
What
behind
was the
that?
implications? We don't analyze it in our classes for some reason. I just like, I had that moment. I was like, but he's like, okay, so then you have to be Luke because you kind of look like him and you're buddies. And I'm just like, that's funny. And on his pay stubs for Buff State, it's Luke, not his legal name. And he's kind of like, I don't know what I'm going to do when I retire, but I'm not worried about it. And I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
I'd be a little worried.
That must make taxes impossible. What are your thoughts on Empire Strikes Back, Lucas? I want to hear more.
I want to hear more. I like all the Yoda stuff. I like. We didn't really talk too much about the opening scene, and I mean a little bit with the White Planet.
Yeah,
but,
Hoth.
yeah.
I
don't. It's hard to explain because like I like it. It's just like there's another one that we're gonna run into where I like it a lot. It's just like I don't have that same attachment to it that everyone else does.
Yeah,
So that's
yeah.
why I like it. It's an A tier, but it's not quite S tier. There's only 2 S tier ones.
Yeah, no,
Spoiler.
I agree. No, I 100% agree. Like, Hoth is really cool. I think the best part of it is it kind of adds more to that, for lack of a better term, aura of Darth Vader. Like, he becomes super, like, him walking through, and it kind of mirrors when he's on Princess Leia's ship, when he walks through with all the stormtroopers, and all the stormtroopers are in their Hoth get-up gear. I like that presence. I feel like just adds to this ominous vibe that he has that really helps build up the scenes to like the, no, I am your father. I think that is like I love that part of the movie because I think it's very well written.
Watching these movies makes me wonder the relationship. There probably is interviews about it that I haven't looked into. I probably should have. What George Lucas's relationship with his father was, because it's just like,
What's
Yeah.
going on there?
I would love to look into that too. I think that's very interesting.
What
you
was
bring
his
that up.
relationship with his sister too? Because isn't this the one where Luke kisses Leia?
that is the other thing about through these Star Wars movies rewatching is George Lucas had no idea what he like. This was not a planned out.
He was
thing.
making as he went. dude.
Yeah.
didn't you make a joke to me where like Leia goes like, "Well, I always knew," and she's like, "What do you mean you always knew?" You kissed him on the lips. Sorry, I kissed
No, you're good.
You Tom Brady'd your brother.
And it also makes like the end of Empire Strikes Back like mad weird when he's like calling out to her. Like I guess you can kind of just say like, yeah, I guess that brother sister connection or whatever, but I don't know. He clearly wanted like the Luke Leia end up, and then like for some reason he just hit a 360. I don't know that. I wonder if the context around that is like people shipping them back then, Han and Leia, and like
Yeah.
he just made and he just pivoted it.
Yeah, or like, cause I don't think he did like a red herring, like, cause like, be like, oh, you're gonna be surprised that it ends up this way. I wonder if it was because of like focus groups. It was
Yeah.
like, who would you rather?
Absolutely, and like, but like that's the thing. Like it's mad weird because like then like Han says I love you at the end. Oh no, Leia says I love you at the end, and Han says like I know or whatever. So it's like, what was this dude thinking?
And
Like,
then-
you know what I
then,
mean?
like with the part where Obi-Wan is just like, oh, what we gonna do? You're sending Luke off to die. It's like, no, there's another. So he's probably planning Leia to be his sister right there.
yeah, like I don't know. It's odd. Anything else? I don't know. Anything else about this one?
This shows how much I know. Is this the one with the carbonite?
Yeah.
Okay, you should talk about the Harrison Ford.
Oh
shit.
yeah, I was telling her a little tidbit of like the whole reason that Harrison Ford got frozen in the carbonite is because like he wasn't entirely sure if he wanted to come back for the third one, and so George Lucas was giving him the out of, look, if you don't want to come back, Han Solo's dead. All right, he's staying frozen. Okay.
Yeah. No, that's interesting because doesn't Harrison Ford literally like hate the Star Wars movies?
I feel like hate
I
is a
think he
strong
does.
word, but it's like I'd rather talk about Blade Runner or Indiana Jones. Man.
Yeah.
Get me out of here.
Well, that's why, spoiler, he ends up dying in Force Awakens because I think he's like, I'm done with
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
He came for a Disney paycheck and he
Yeah.
left.
He's like, kill me and don't use my face in CGI later. Don't write a reason for me to come back here.
All right. So Return of the Jedi. I think it's proper.
Nah, that is already my second S tier. And that is because
wow.
that is my favorite Star Wars movie out of all
Okay.
9. So I have a lot of bias towards this one. I just feel like it really is a perfect conclusion for like the overarching story, including the prequels too. I feel like this movie honestly benefited a lot from how the prequels really built up Anakin because of like
Yeah.
the scenes that Luke and Darth Vader have in Return of the Jedi. They hit a lot harder when you see the point that Anakin has gotten to at that point. So I feel like that really bolsters the movie a lot, in my opinion. I also really like how it really built on Luke's character and kind of gave him that conclusion of he is the self-made Jedi now.
Yeah.
And he's getting done.
I also have it in S tier. Beautiful movie. It's a nice like conclusion. Like there's like that closure. Like not to get too, I don't know. I can't even think of an adjective, but maybe hokey. But it's just like it kind of shows that like everyone could get a chance of redemption. But I bet there's some like 14-year-old who's hyperfixated on Star Wars, just like Darth Vader shouldn't get redemption, and I'm just like,
That's called Kylo Ren.
yeah.
We'll get to that.
Him and his wide torso and IMAX. Adam Driver, if you're watching this, which I know you are, you don't have a wide torso unless you want to be perceived in that way. Then, like, just text me later. Just it's been a while.
If you're watching this, Adam Driver, can I get $1 million?
Adam Driver, I just got kicked off my parents' insurance, and I bet they're gonna stop giving me money soon. So, girls in 2026. Sorry. I've only watched like 4 episodes of Girls, so I don't know. I just signed myself up for it. But I had a point, and then I got distracted. I'm like actually contradicting myself immediately because he is. Should this be censored? He is. But also, I am charmed at the end that he gets closure with his son, who was gonna undo the wrongs, hopefully. We can't get Alderaan back, so I'm like, someone save me.
well, if Darth Vader, what does that make Palpatine?
Space.
Netanyahu?
Yes.
Okay. Wait, can we reverse them?
Yeah.
I
think in reverse wise, that's probably better.
Yeah.
But yeah.
But I also have 2 other things I just remembered about Return of the Jedi that I think are pretty funny. One is with the special edition of Return of the Jedi, where they put Hayden Christensen at the end for like redeem Darth Vader.
I don't think I've ever seen the original version of that. I think I've only ever seen the Hayden Christensen one.
I have as well. I agree with that as well. I've looked it up, but like I've seen the old guy.
It feels wrong.
It does feel weird. It does feel weird.
I just find it so funny that I was just like, throw the new guy in there. Why not? Like keep
Wait.
old Obi-Wan, but keep young Anakin right there.
Yeah, for sure.
Sorry, so what happened?
So
I didn't mean to zone out while you're talking.
In the special edition of Return of the Jedi, where it shows like Anakin becoming a Force ghost, in the original like version of the movie, they had like the suit actor or whatever for Darth Vader.
Yeah.
When the special editions, they just threw Hayden Christensen instead, like in
When did
Jedi
they-
robes and everything.
When did? Because it's him as like before he got corrupted, so he goes to Jedi heaven.
Yeah.
It's
why?
like I think in lore, it's like in like Force Heaven or whatever, you can just choose however you appear to other people. So he's like, I'm getting my hair back. Bro.
You know what that reminds me of? This is gonna be a crazy tangent, but I'll keep it short. The movie What Dreams May Come, starring Robin Williams, and I don't know. You know who it also stars? Cuba Gooding Jr., who plays. Spoilers for this 20-year-old movie. Robin Williams' son, who gets killed in a car accident when he's like 10, and then he comes back as a guardian angel for Robin Williams. Well, then like something similar happens to him. Something similar, I guess, meaning dying. But it's just Cuba Gooding Jr. Being like, I've known you all my life, and this and the other thing, and then it's like, oh my gosh, you're my son, and he doesn't go, why are you Cuba Gooding Jr., my white son? Which I think is a plot hole, but so maybe it's just similar logic that he can do that.
Like that was the like the Hayden Christensen thing was the first thing that I thought was funny about the Return of the Jedi, and the second thing, it's one of the funniest memes I've ever seen in my life. I think about it, I think every day. Where it's just like the ending scene with Luke, where he's just looking all content at the Force Ghost, and it captures just all the women at the party telling me not to drive after my 10th drink or something. It's the funniest I've ever seen in my life, bro.
I've seen something similar. It was like, I wonder if people are just like looking at Luke in that moment, being like, "What the f is he smiling at?" What?
Like-
Also, why can't Leia see them? Like, what are we doing here? What are we doing here? More plot holes. But yeah, I want to hear what your rating for
actually,
it is.
another lore thing. I have so much random Star Wars.
Hey.
You have to censor so much. I almost say it again. Stuff. Matt, I'm sorry.
Hey, this is your number one. We're gonna let you roll.
Yeah, go with it.
But like there was this one, I can't forget, I can't remember, it was like a novel or a comic book where Anakin comes as a Force ghost to Leia, like probably like a year after Return of the Jedi. Just like, hey, I'm your father. I'm here to like make amends.
I'm Italian now.
And Leia basically told him to off, and she never wants to talk to him again.
Yeah, I mean, fair play.
Also, this are Luke and Leia. They're twins, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Did Leia come out first?
Yes.
Okay.
I don't remember.
So eldest daughter and estranged father makes sense. Sorry.
Am I giving my tier? I'm putting it in A tier.
Okay.
A tier, because I said I only have 2 S tier. We're gonna figure out what the next one is later. But honestly, this is my favorite Luke look. Him with like the all black.
yeah.
With I love the green lightsaber. I'm a
I
green
got it as my
lightsaber
phone
guy.
wallpaper right now. So.
Is it? And then I love the Wookiees too.
Yeah.
Those are like my 2 things I remember most from this movie is
Like
Luke
the
or
Ewok guys.
Yeah.
You walk.
is that? Oh my god.
Ewok. You're good. You're good.
Ewok.
You're good.
Racially
You're good.
Sorry.
profiling them right now.
Yeah. I'm sorry, Chewie.
Whoa. Can't make the same joke twice.
Yeah, that's the 2 things I remember most about this movie: Luke aura farming with the green lightsaber and the Ewoks.
Dude,
Yeah.
his
My 2
aura
favorite.
was off the
Yeah.
charts in this movie.
Especially in the when he's saving Leia from Jabba the Hutt. That's probably the best scene in the movie.
Yeah.
Why? I wonder why. Because of what Leia's wearing, bro?
No, because Luke's aura farming with the green lightsaber.
Wait, before we move on, because unless we're not, and then I'm just.
I just
being
got one more
presumptuous.
rating.
Okay.
Oh, wait. You got it down.
Oh, I just wanted to mention, Lando.
Calrissian.
Yeah. How we feeling? I think him and Han Solo are doomed Yowie. But
I think they got a little something going on.
okay.
They're close friends. But yeah, no, for me, this might be a hot take. I got it in B tier.
Ooh.
Yeah, I know, like, so it's my least favorite of the originals. Just because, like, I don't know, I don't think, like, it kind of, I think, see, the way I interpreted this, how we were going to do it was how it came out, but Marcus made a phenomenal point about how the prequels make it better. But I think just from the standpoint of at the time, if I was to watch that movie like after the second one, I probably wouldn't like it as much as the first two.
Mm-hmm.
It's not because it's a bad movie or anything like that. I'm just like power scaling my list. So it's like, yeah, compared to like S tier, A New Hope, Empire Strikes Back, A tier, I just don't feel like it lives up to that for me too. Although I will say the Luke aura, him coming off as confident as he does, how cool he is, like that is awesome to watch. That is cool. I feel like Leia doesn't do a whole lot in this movie. Like Han kinda does, but it's like
you can tell Harrison Ford was a little checked out. He's
Yeah,
like, I
you
guess
know
I
what I
am
mean?
coming back for the third one.
like I mean Leia's biggest plot line is that she hangs out with Ewoks. You know what I mean? Like it's
Hey.
just
No Ewok disrespect. Come on.
but like that's the thing for me is like I wish that we saw more from like these two awesome characters.
Yeah.
But like it was really a big focus on Luke, who yeah, he is confident, yeah, he is cool, but he kind of in my opinion has like that stoic like kind of like feel to him, and it kind of makes him a bit boring. So it's like hard to focus on that in my opinion. But yeah, that's why I got it in B. Like still a great movie. I just think compared to the other two, it's just not really doing it for me.
Put your answer in the comments if you think Matthew Barton of The Record kind of looks like young Mark Hamill, because
He does kind of have a Luke vibe.
yeah.
Like it was so funny because like we were watching the movie and then like she paused. There's like, hold on a second. She pulls up a photo of Matt. She puts it up to the TV. Like, you see this, right?
That's so funny.
That's my point. Yeah.
No, that's
all I had to
awesome.
say.
All right. All right, we're getting to the weeds now. Jesus.
Do we want to go prequels?
Yeah, we're going
We'll go
prequels.
prequels.
Jesus Christ. Okay, so episode 1, Phantom Menace. Get it out of here. I have it in D tier.
S.
What?
Are you noticing the theme?
Wait a second.
It's called We Watch a Little Movie. Okay, so the other day we
You
were
like racist
crunching-
Jar Jar?
No cheese version. Racist Jar Jar version. No bueno. Like, but maybe. Real answer, no cheese version, S tier. But also real answer, we kind of ran out of time to watch them, so I'm just kind of defaulting to S tier because I just it's called we like all the movies.
Yeah, no, I get it. What do you think for tier 1?
I got it in C tier, mostly because I haven't watched that movie in a long time. The only thing I remember is the Darth Maul fight scene,
Which is
and
the
that's probably
part-
my favorite fight scene in the entire franchise. I'm not even
Ooh.
joking.
Like, the thing is, that's the only part anyone remembers from that
See?
movie.
Exactly.
That's why it's in C tier. If it wasn't in there, it'd probably be D tier for me.
Also, pod racing.
Cool.
Swag.
That is cool.
Yeah.
That is cool.
Sometimes I have a similar feeling watching Spy Kids 3D Game Over, where
Cinema.
yes, also cinema, also S tier, where they're doing the racing in the computer or the video game, whatever. And it's just like I knew that they laid this out because there might be a future video game about this, which is an interesting like turn from the prequels to the OG, because there's not really scenes like that, and it just kind of shows like how video games have influenced cinema in a way.
As a side thing, did you know that, like, for a lot of the video games that came out before episode 3, a lot of companies, I think, just got the plot ahead of time. So a lot of the games that came out before Revenge of the Sith, they basically spoiled the whole movie because they had, like, the exact plot points. And it's just like,
Yeah.
all right, here it is in the video game. Go watch it now.
Yeah, that's crazy. I think for me, Phantom Menace is similar, like D tier. The only three like good things I can think of is I can't remember his name. Whoever plays Qui-Gon Jinn,
Liam Neeson.
Liam Neeson,
Yeah.
just phenomenal acting in that movie. Like he is very much so cool to watch. And then for the other two cool things, I think are pod racing and the Darth Maul fight.
Yeah.
The last thing, I know I said 3, but this is the 4th. The music in the movie is peak. The music in that movie is so peak. It is so good. I think it's probably the best out of all the films, in my opinion. I just think it's amazing. I think it's a great, I can't remember the word for when you put something together like that. The
Composition?
Yeah, the composition or something like that. But it is so good. And like, I could listen to that soundtrack essentially like over and over again for all of time because it is phenomenal. Especially like Duel of Fates, man. Peak. It sounds so good. And that was choreographed. That fight was choreographed perfectly. But that's kind of where I sit on it for D tier. The rest of the movie you could literally throw out. I do not care for it at all. But yeah.
I have a random question. Is it explained lore-wise why the technology in the prequels are better, other than like CGI is better than it was in the 70s? Other than like maybe commentary and like we're witnessing like a rural Luke versus a city like Anakin.
I think I know the answer to this.
I don't think I've heard any answer to that. So like my headcanon is like how you were putting it. It's like since the rebels were like always on the back foot, they always had like the lesser kind of like available resources to the Empire. Okay. Because at least the Empire did have that crazy even in the original.
Okay.
Yeah, like essentially it was like the Empire suppressed essentially because like they were stealing resources. Like if you remember like Rogue One, where it's like a lot of that plot point is how the Empire steals resources from different planets in which they go to, and that essentially allows the Empire to have better technology, but like the average Joe or like the rebellion, like you said, is always going to be the step behind because they just don't have the unlimited resources that essentially the Empire has.
Okay, that makes sense.
But like with the Republic in the originals, it's I don't know what kind of government they were running there, but like, I guess it's more free flowing.
I mean, the whole point of the trilogies is they show they don't know what kind of government they're running either. So.
Very true. What do you think about? Oh wait, we already talked about it. Yeah.
Moving on, Attack of the Clones.
Yeah.
Oh my god, F tier. I hate that movie so much, man.
Is this the one that I like?
Yes.
Oh yeah, this is my favorite.
So does that make S tier?
So S tier.
It's an unironic S tier for.
I have to rewatch it and re-gauge, but I'm not saying it's good. I'm saying I like it, if that makes sense. Where it's angsty Anakin, being like, I don't like sand. It's coarse, rough, and irritating.
I was gonna bring that up
because it reminds me. I don't know if anyone else has seen this video, but it's this guy, and I'm picturing him like this like white dude with like a bowl cut. So it's like 2012ish, and he's like, hey baby, I just want to send you a video, and I'm just going to do eye contact with you, or maybe the camera, where he's just like, I just love you more than every grain of sand on every beach, on every planet.
All right, can we stop that? Hold on. That is terrifying.
In the galaxy. And it just, they're meshed in my mind as like the same scene, and I'm just like, it's so cringe. It frees me from the shackles of being embarrassing.
I think the only thing I could really remember from Attack of the Clones is yet another meme that I still think is hilarious, where it's just Count Dooku on like the speeder going through, I think, what the fuck was the planet called? Geonosis or something? Geonosis. And like it's just him going the speeder across Geonosis, and the audio is just the Kanye like, please don't ask again. Who's talking?
Yeah.
Like that's all I remember from that movie, basically, other than the fact that I made it.
Yeah.
No, I think I would put it. I was thinking about putting it in F tier. I think I'm going to put it in D because they have the rain fight scene between Jango Fett and Obi-Wan, which is great.
Is a banger.
And then they have the nice foreshadow of when Jango gets his head sliced off right into Boba's lap. Set up Boba Fett, and Boba Fett's cooler than Jango Fett. So.
Oh yeah, 100%.
That does remind me. I've had this opinion for at least a couple years, where I feel like if the movie was just like that Obi-Wan solving a mystery, like the whole movie was about like solving a kind of conspiracy type of deal, I feel like I would like the movie a lot more. 100%. But when to me, the only good part of the movie ends like half an hour in, like what are we doing here?
I think you just made a Star Wars murder mystery movie. I would pay good money to see that.
Yeah. It's so cool. Like you see episodes of that like in the Clone Wars TV show, which... So that's what I think like kind of makes the movie a bit better for me. I got it in D as well. Like Attack of the Clones like the Clone Wars adds a lot of like kind of development to Anakin because like he's damn near unwatchable in this movie. Like Hayden Christensen is like, it's not even like a shame. Oh no, it kind of is shaming his acting a bit. Like I'm not an actor. Like it's an impossible job, and I can't imagine having a franchise like this on your shoulders where you're essentially the most important character. But it is hard to watch, and nobody like. Padme's a pedophile. Like, you know what I mean? Like we have incest and pedophilia back-to-back series in this, you know?
Much like our real-life government.
Someone check the Lucas hard drives. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, like, that's the thing, too. It's like, it comes so out of left field. Like, yeah, he called her pretty when he was 10. Like, what are we doing
And then she's like,
here?
bookmarked for later.
What is going on here, guys?
How old is she and how, like, because I know they aged him up
like,
in them.
She's like 28 and he's 16, I think.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
I didn't know.
Yeah.
You know what?
I think it's pretty. I
A
think
16-year-old would say that, and that should have made Padme go, ugh.
Yeah, like it's not like, oh my goodness. She could be more like 24 because I think she's 6 years older than. Because I think she's 16 when she becomes queen.
Does it make it better?
No, not at all.
But we're journalists. We have to make sure we have the exact numbers.
Yeah. But yeah, like that whole movie for me, it's pretty tough. I do think when they fight on Geonosis, that's awesome. Like I was a huge fan of clones growing up, so I love like being introduced to the clones and when they come in and fight. I think that's super cool. I think Mace Windu finally showing up and being him, that's tough with the purple lightsaber. But yeah, I agree with you. I got it in D tier.
Like, have you seen the 2D Clone Wars that like came out before episode
Yes,
3?
I have.
And you see how Mace Windu was like fist fighting all the droids.
Dude, literally. That's also what made General Grievous peak, but before they nerfed him. But yeah, no, 100%. What do we got?
Moving on?
Yeah,
We moving on. All right, we have my third S tier. So my third and final S tier, Revenge of the Sith, aka peak cinema, aka oh my God, how did the same guy that directed the last 2 movies made this one?
Yeah, no, 100%.
Like that, I don't know what he smoked in between 2 and 3. That was like, okay, now I'm locking in. But this movie is something special, bro.
Yeah.
To give Hayden Christensen a little bit of credit, it is much harder to play, I'm thinking about being evil to I'm evil now. You know what I mean? Like, because like the acting is better in the third movie. Like it's a more full-fledged character of just like I'm descending into madness and evil. Like it was like, it's like I'm 16 and life is hard and I'm on Tumblr right now and they're showing me some weird stuff and then suddenly it's like,
Yeah, no,
like,
100%.
that rock bottom.
And then he becomes 20 and he has to kill children.
Yeah.
as we all have to do, I guess. I hated that.
Did he have to, though?
Yeah, it's
It was
new
part of the
law.
resume, you know?
Resume builder by clearing out your competition.
All right. What did you say where you got it on your tier list?
S tier.
S tier? Yeah.
Whole prequel's S tier for.
Yeah, okay.
I'll give an actual rating when I rewatch them, but I just kind of committed to doing all of them S tier because I ran out of time and I just want to give them all.
We could put them in the description of the video or something.
Yeah.
In comparison to like other movies or sci-fi movies, they are all S tier.
Yeah.
They are all S tier. Compared to a lot of sci-fi movies, they are all S tier. But what do you got for it?
I got it in. I think I'm gonna put it in B tier.
Ooh.
It's kind of like Return or Empire Strikes Back, where like I like it. It's a good movie. I just don't have that attachment to it. But the last Obi-Wan Anakin fight scene, I mean, that's probably second to the Darth Maul
that's
one.
my number one.
Even the opening scene with Count Dooku, I thought that was great. Him killing the children. It's kind of
Like as
am
another
I
thing.
for saying it's like this? The scene itself is cool. Killing children is not cool. The scene is cool though.
If you made TikTok edits, you would put him killing children in the bar. You just see an aura meter go up. That's what
I passed by some anti-abortion table on the way here, and if they look me up and see me in a podcast that's like killing children is cool,
You're gonna lose a lot of cred.
Yeah, I was speaking very loudly on the phone. I was like, you know what? I love abortion, and I think everyone who gets an abortion is going to super heaven, which you guys are allowed to disagree. But like, I was just like passing by them, and that was like my little. I'm just having a weird day.
I got it in S tier as well. It's my second and final S tier.
Mm-hmm.
I love this movie. It is so good, and for the reasoning being is. We haven't really seen like a lot about the dark side. Like we've only been, it's only really been talked up until this point. We haven't seen anybody like convert or what it really means to sacrifice the light. Because I don't know if you guys know this, but the way George Lucas describes the Force is when he talks about a balance to the Force, he doesn't mean that like there should be light and dark. He describes the light as balance. Mm-hmm. So to see like kind of Anakin lose his humanity through this is just it's genius. And the way that they do it is like he has good reasons. Like he has justifiable reasons. Like the Jedi do wrong him, but so like you feel this compassion, but then he commits these immortal sins, like killing the children, like fighting what is essentially his brother who he said that he's loved, choking Padme, like it truly it digs into the yeah, that word was hard. We hit an audible on that one. But like that movie truly shows, like, in my opinion, like how when a person goes down like a certain path and they're pushed to a certain point, it could be anybody put in front of them and they've just lost control no matter what. Like when your objective becomes more important than the person you are, it really is something, as this might be for me to say, it's interesting to watch. Like, like I like doing that. Like it goes into Revenge of the Sith, in my opinion, has the deepest meaning out of all these movies. Like plot wise, character wise, I think that like you can genuinely take a lesson away from this movie and it's not just entertainment. And that's why I love it so much. Like I think A New Hope is perfect. Like I always put it on. Like I'll put it on for my kids. But Revenge of the Sith, like I think I might wait actually until they're a little bit more of a teenager so they can fully appreciate like what it means to be like this. And like not be like this, but like what it means to go down a path like this and how it can influence you, even hurting the people you love most in life.
I think it also is a good tool, like, to, like, show, like, this is going to sound weird out of context. Watching Anakin's descent gives me, like, a crumb of empathy for incels going down the alt-right pipeline.
Yeah.
Because it's, like, when you feel like you have been absolutely wronged by society, and then a platter in front of you is just, like, there's a different way, but the way... like your moral compass has been so screwed up.
Yeah,
like from
because
perceived or actual wrongs against you. Like, I don't know. It should be taught in like a media literacy class.
No, I completely agree. Like what do you do when the people you trust most in this world, like they took you away from your mother, they said you can't go see her, then she died in your arms, and they're still trying to tell you that it's not a big deal.
Yep.
And then on top of that, you know that this kid has this trauma, and he comes to Yoda and he goes, these people that I care about are going to die and I'm scared. And Yoda tells him to off.
Yeah.
Like, what are we doing here, guys? Like this, like he clearly showed so many signs. And I think it goes back to kind of the Luke and like the George Lucas thing. Like what kind of relationship did he have with his parents? Because like, like for this plot line, it's kind of like, it's a horrible parenting on the Jedi Order's part, what you're supposed to be doing for this guy that's allegedly the chosen one. So that's what I agree. I completely agree with you.
I might need a rewatch after all that.
It's really good.
I might need to rewatch it.
It really, I think I noticed.
Just like this time you're listening and you're learning.
Yeah. I'm gonna see it in a whole new light now. It might be S tier on a rewatch.
Dude, I really do think I think it's not my favorite, but I do think it's the best Star Wars movie.
We in the home stretch now. The last trilogy, somehow the most divisive one when the prequels exist.
Do we want to talk Rogue One first before we jump into that whole trilogy?
I completely forgot about Rogue One.
Do we want
Do we want to talk Rogue One?
do we want to do spin-offs after all the main films?
Yes.
I think
Yeah.
so. Because
Yeah.
I can't
Yeah.
lie, I didn't even think about those. I'm about to think about it
Yeah.
in the back of my head
Yeah.
now.
We can do.
I like that idea.
Can I go first for this one?
Sure.
All right,
For
all right.
7. Okay. This is what people forget about.
Don't do it.
Force Awakens is not a bad Star Wars
Thank
movie.
you.
No.
Thank
Thank
you.
God.
Not at all.
Thank you.
There
Okay.
is such
Thank you.
revisionary history on this, and I don't understand why people do not like it. This movie, I remember when it finished off, yeah, people were about Han. But other than that, people loved it. I was stoked for the second movie. I remember watching that and going home and being like, because of what? I think we were like 13, 14 when it came out.
Yeah.
I mean, I was born in 03. But,
I was 10.
yeah. But like, that's the thing, dude. Like, it is such a good movie. I remember going home, getting on Minecraft, and talking to my boy about it on Skype for the rest of
That
the
is such
night.
a 2015 sentence.
Literally, like,
But yeah.
like, I cannot stand when people say that they don't like it because of like Rey or whatever being like a Mary Sue. No, she's not.
Listen. Okay, if Rey's a Mary Sue, first of all, what is Luke? Second of all, is she a Mary Sue or is she just a smart woman? Because like, I've never heard of Mary Sue being described towards like Leia.
Yeah, no,
And it's just like I get like a little nervous if I talk about Star Wars with somebody, and I've had like friends of like exes or just like friends in general being like, oh, she's such a Mary Sue. When I took from the movie, I'm like, cool, like someone like me could like I got super into Star Wars again because I liked it as a kid, and then like it kind of faded, and I got into it, and just like also Oscar Isaac kills it.
Yep.
The storm. Finn.
Yeah.
Yes. Sorry. I also his name in the movie is Poe, isn't it?
Yeah.
Poe and Finn are awesome. Like it was just like an awesome like a diverse cast of like. I thought it was great.
I could not agree. And I think the acting in it is phenomenal
Yeah.
too. But
Genuine
yeah.
S tier.
Yeah.
Did you know this could just be me spreading misinformation by her? Like, did you know that like Poe and Finn were originally going to be like a gay couple, but Disney shot it down? And like the actors were shooting for it too, but Disney was just like, nah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
I mean,
stupid.
that's disappointing if that is true, because like 25 what other time, because it couldn't happen now because Theo Vaughn would be like, I don't know about all that, like, you know, like it'd get ripped apart on and I don't know I'm going with it. I'm losing it.
Yeah.
Aiden, where do you have it on the tier?
Yeah, I was gonna say I have it as B tier.
So do I.
I have it as B tier.
I have it in A tier. I feel like if you like A New Hope, how can you not like Force Awakens?
Yeah.
It's basically like a modernized A New Hope, and that's why I really like it. And is it a hot take to say I like Kylo Ren?
No, I think that's a
Okay.
great take.
I feel like a lot of people don't like Kylo Ren. I like Kylo Ren a lot. His lightsaber, I loved it as a kid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
And
really,
so it makes no sense, but I loved
I
it.
really liked him in like the first sequel and the second sequel.
Yeah.
And like a big
Yeah.
part why I hate Rise of Skywalker is how they just completely derailed the character arc that they were clearly setting up with the first two sequels.
Yeah.
Also about I think I saw all three movies in theaters. I love the use of when, like, so Darth Vader obviously has the icon of like of like his respirator doohickey, but what they did for the sound of Kylo Ren, of him, they just turned the mic all the way up and he barely whispers
Yeah.
until like he like absolutely loses it, right? Like because like Adam Driver as an actor, he's gotten loud in other roles, like his role in like Marriage Story where he like punches the wall, which has been memed about, but like I love that movie and I don't think it should be memed. But like he shows that he can get like just showing a different type of like
He has a lot of range.
Yeah.
different type of intimidation of like you're in the theater and it sounds like he's behind you and being like, what did you say? Like it's like scary. Cool.
I think for like a modern adaptation of a Darth Vader, that's like, to your point, like he's perfect for it. Like Adam Driver in these three movies, Rise of Skywalker, we'll get to it. Like maybe that one a little less, but he is acting his off for in these films, and he is doing a phenomenal job at it. I think it's either him or I can't remember. is Oscar who plays Poe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think those two are by far the best actors in these 3 movies. I think Daisy is actually really good too. I think people her a lot, and I think that's unfair. I think she does a great job as a Force user and stuff. So
I think a lot of it has to do. Star Wars has got to be one of the more like toxic fan bases out there. I think
100%.
that plays a huge part in that.
Just
Yeah.
wait till you see Spider-Man fans.
Also, if the Force Awakens or like if the sequels came out before the original trilogy, I wonder how people would feel about it, because they have something like they have 6 other movies to compare it to, and I feel like a lot of fan bases, like if it doesn't immediately hit every beat, or even if it hits every beat, they're still just gonna be like, I hate this. This is dog water. I don't like it. But
you're either stuck, like when you make movies like this, you're stuck in between a rock and a hard place. It's either, oh my God, they just did a carbon copy of A New Hope. Like there's nothing new about this. Like it's just A New Hope with a new like skin on her, essentially. I'm not talking about actual skin. I'm talking about like CSGO skins and like COD skins, okay? But like it's just like a fresh new paint on it. But then if you do something new, it's like you completely ruin the series. Like it's all
too
plot.
derivative.
Like, yeah.
Is this even Star Wars?
Exactly. So like there's no one who's ever going to be happy enough with these films. I'm going to seem like such a hater after the next 2, though.
Are we going right into the next 2 then?
Wait, did you go
I put it A tier.
A tier? Okay, all right.
So, we got The Last Jedi. I forgot his name for a second. That's why I paused for a little bit. I got that one in A tier. And I like it, like how you said earlier, I like it because it's different. I
Okay.
like that it's doing something new and fresh. Because I feel like when you're the 7th movie in a franchise, if you're doing something different, I like that.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
you're bringing you're bringing a breath of fresh air into a franchise that even at that point has been around for decades and decades at that point. So I like that it wasn't afraid to take the reins a little and make the viewers even uncomfortable because of how different that it was. I really like how it took the direction that episode 7 set up, and how like it put it in like something again new and fresh. I know I keep saying that, but that's really just like why I like it so much.
Is this the movie where Finn is in a coma for most of it?
Yeah.
I did not like that
No,
part.
that's the third one.
I think it's the second
He
one.
gets out
because
of the
they go-
coma pretty early in Last Jedi.
I thought he goes in the coma because, maybe it's the back half, but don't they go to the casino planet?
Yeah,
or
that
whatever?
is in
that's
that
one.
movie. Yeah.
Yeah, okay. I don't know. Maybe
So
it's
in
like back
the
half.
second?
Yeah.
F. Because why? Like all this
Because he's
character,
black.
Yeah, but it's like all this character development that could happen. Like just I love the internal conflict in any like character, and so like him like basically defecting from being a stormtrooper and like developing that. And wasn't it teased that he had like a little bit of the force as well?
I think they were originally going to play. I will say this to the day I die. Finn and his actor, I forget what his actor's name is.
John Boyega.
He is one of the most cucked people in the Star Wars franchise because of like how much opportunity was just stripped away from him of like the romance with Poe, or how he was really being set up to be force sensitive. It would have been cool to see a stormtrooper Jedi.
He low-key bopped Kylo Ren in the first one. Like,
He
this is
did.
what I'm saying.
Like he had an amazing setup, and I feel like if they actually went through with the plans, he would be like in a Hall of Fame up there with like Luke, Anakin, Obi-Wan, with all of them.
100%.
But they stripped it all away because people were complaining, and probably because he's black.
Yeah, honest.
Yeah.
Like, I think I can agree more about that. I think my biggest beef with this movie and why it's in, like, kind of D, F tier for me, I'd say in between, you ruin Luke, in my opinion. Like, I think, but, like, here's my thing. Okay, I compare it to Yoda. Yoda and Luke are essentially in the same exact position in these movies. And you think about the way in which Yoda interpreted it, and at the end of, like, Return of the Jedi, while Luke is not perfect, he is this new Yoda type figure in both his experience and what he wants to do. Where in the world does it make sense that Luke is trying to kill a young Ben who's his nephew while he sleeps? I mean, this dude tried redeeming, and he's not going to try with his
Space Dad Yahoo.
Yes. Like, yes. Space Netanyahu. Like, why on earth is he giving up on his nephew when he's 16 or however old Kylo is in that? Like, I'm not really sure. But, like, how do you give up on your literal blood so easy where you're going to kill him in his sleep, execution style? And I just think that completely ruins it. And, like, I understand that, like, they tried to portray that, like, that weighed, like, big on Luke, but I just didn't feel like it did. Like, I think that there's a lot of ways they could have went about it. Like, you could have had Luke in, like, a real serious depression where he's trying to work out of it. And I think that's kind of what they went for. But it just came off like he wasn't accountable and, like, bitter. And it just, in my opinion, it felt like he didn't, like, he was actually running away from his problems, which I get. Like, that's the whole point of it. But it just didn't seem like Luke to me. And I don't know, maybe that's just me being a fan and, like, me kind of idolizing this guy, and, like, that's what they were going for, kind of tear him down a little bit for fans. But I felt also like there was no real redemption for him. Like, they just kill him. So, like, he can't help, he can't do anything. He doesn't leave the planet the entire movie, you know? But that's just my take. That's why I have it there. I feel like they kind of ruined Luke for me.
I forgot that happened, and I feel like it could be taken into interpretations, like one of, like, kind of a character death of him, because it is crazy, or maybe him as an older, like seeing that, like, I mean, he was a part of the rebel forces, so he wasn't necessarily, like, moderate about going against the Empire, but, like, maybe he was just like, we need a catalyst, like, maybe. I didn't like it. I was trying to do devil's advocate for something I didn't even fully believe in. I was thinking about it for a minute. I was just like, maybe he was just like, violence is the only thing people understand.
Yeah, no, understandable. But yeah.
I have it S tier. I don't know.
And here
I even wrote some notes while I was
He
watching.
got notes.
I don't know how.
And as you see on this side of the table, this is what ends the Lamb podcast that we also have.
Yo.
So I will say, before I glaze it a little bit, I will say it does kind of over Rise of Skywalker. It kills off Luke and it kills off Snoke. So, like, what do you do with Rise of Skywalker? And then we get the slop that is. But you bring up the Luke part. If you do it, like, he wasn't, like, he brought the lightsaber there, but he changed his mind. And I feel like you compared him to Yoda, didn't you?
Yeah.
And Yoda, with Anakin, Anakin was coming to him with his problem, and he's like, off, kid.
True.
And the thing with, like, Vader was his I feel like with Luke, he didn't want the evil that he fought to, like, kill to come back in, and I think he saw it in Ben.
Sure.
Also, this is the
No,
first.
I agree. No, I don't think you're wrong. I think that's a good point.
This is the first instance of someone taking a teenager seriously with their problems too, because he's like, I have a solution. Everyone else was like off Anakin, and then Luke was like, oh, this is bad. We gotta call the herd.
Yeah, he heard all the stories about his fight. He's like, dude, I gotta do something. But what's some cool thing? I really like the Force connection between Kylo and Rey. I actually really like that part. Another one of my, this probably rounds out the top 3 of my fight scenes, the Red Room fight after they kill Snoke.
Yeah, that's
I
cute.
love that scene.
That was cinema.
Very
and
good
then what else do we got
choreography.
in here? What did I write down? I don't know. I was when I watched this.
It's just like, I'm hungry.
The opening scene, 2 different times in this movie, they split a whole First Order ship in half. That's just cool. I like seeing cool stuff.
Yeah, that's cool.
Finn, I think you're right. I do think they kind of nerf him. But I do like his relationship with Rose in this movie. I do think, and
Yeah,
their
that's
whole
a good
trip
one.
to the casino planet, I thought I'd like that a lot. What else do we got?
That catches a lot of shit online.
I feel like that's
it's
one of-
unfair.
I feel like it's one of the biggest things why people don't like Last Jedi is that whole casino planet.
Yeah, no.
I like it.
I think it's cool. Like, I think what they did with the planets in this movie was almost perfect. Like,
Yeah.
I think they kind of went for, like, a bit of a nostalgia, and it hit perfectly for me. Like, it did, I don't know the last planet, what it's called, but with, like, the, like, red dust that comes up from the white, it's, like, all salt or whatever.
I play Battlefront 2. I should know the planet.
I think it starts with, like, an H, but it's not Hoth. Maybe.
I don't remember, but that's also the whole like red aesthetic. It's kind of like what you said. It's doing something different. It's kind of like got the whole red with the red room, and then the planet that has the red salt. Luke ore farming some more as it goes. I caved to Luke ore farming. I do like that being his death too. It's just like, I think if this was the last movie, I think it would work even better. But I feel like it kind of puts Rise of Skywalker. If I had one like kind of bad thing to say about it, I think it puts Rise of Skywalker in kind of a tough spot.
I think that's an interesting point. If we had that as the last episode, as the last one of the sequels, I think that would be way better too.
Yeah.
I've never thought about it.
I
like
think
that
you kind of
before.
have to like rearrange the ending a little different to like actually make it like final. But
Yeah. Like, imagine if we had Kylo Ren kill Snoke in the third movie and he's the big bad. Like, he wasn't redeemable. Even Anakin was, but he wasn't.
That's what I don't get either. They basically neuter Kylo Ren. He's never the big bad in any movie. I mean, I guess Force Awakens, but even then, like, Snoke's kind of there, and then Last Jedi, it's Snoke, and then Kylo is, like, kind of, like, I guess he's the big bad at the end of Last Jedi, but and then you go to the next episode, and they bring back Palpatine.
Yeah.
So
I have things to say about that. Are we jumping right into that one now?
Yeah, I'm down to hop into
Yeah.
that one.
Off rip F tier. Anyway,
F
so,
tier.
Yeah,
F tier.
F tier.
Yeah.
so one of my main beefs with this movie is that the only way that we find out how Palpatine comes back, I don't know if y'all noticed. I told you about this before. I'm being so dead ass that this is the canon reason. You find out through Fortnite. Did y'all know this?
I didn't know.
I did not
So-
know that.
And part of the advertising for the Rise of Skywalker was like doing a bunch of different to show how Palpatine returned and go like, oh, this happened, blah 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 blah. But so much of it fell through, except for the Fortnite collab. So Fortnite is the only way that people can figure out how Palpatine came back.
I don't even remember. How did he come back?
I
don't
wasn't
know.
even playing Fortnite back then, so I don't even know.
I think it has something to do because
Some stupid
it was no, it was like, so his master, I'm forgetting his name.
Plagueis?
Plagueis had unlocked like the ability to like do life, eternal life. And so what people say, which is just you're inhaling copium, like absolutely inhaling it, is that he learned it from Plagueis or whatever, but that would make no sense because of the rule of two. So it really doesn't make sense to me like at all in that regard.
And another thing, and I can't lie, I know I keep saying how I like The Last Jedi, but it's also a little bit of a knock against it, is they took a lot of stuff from comic books from the like 80s and 90s after
Yeah.
the original trilogy was done. One thing was like a whole story arc in the comics of Palpatine coming back, like years after Return of the Jedi. So like, I know you're gonna like this. In that comic, Luke is even more of an aura farber, bro. Like he did the thing that he did in The Last Jedi, where he just sent like a force projection of himself like onto a battlefield.
Does he have the green lightsaber?
Like he had the black fit, the green lightsaber. He sent like a force projection, and like with the force took down. I don't even remember. It was like a huge mech or something. He was aura farbing so hard.
That is tough.
And I don't even remember if this was actually part of the comic, which is how I remember it. Just Leia is talking with him, and then Luke's like, I'm not even here. And then his force ghost just dissipates right there.
Yeah, that's tough.
And like the way that they did it in the comic was Palpatine just had a bunch of cloned bodies, basically. And so he basically transfers his consciousness into every cloned body. And so the big climax of that story is Luke fighting a naked young Palpatine in like a fresh clone body, essentially.
Oh, that's interesting. That's interesting. I don't know, man. It's just not like it's. So my dad told me this right. I remember vividly him saying this right after we walked out of the theater, and even then, I'm kind of iffy about it. It's a good movie. It's a horrible Star Wars movie. Like, that's the way I take it. Like, I think the plot points and stuff is, like, really interesting. Like, you have this big bad who becomes good. They fall in love with the main character, yada, yada. But in terms of Star Wars, like, why are we healing people all of a sudden? Like, what are we doing here, guys? I didn't realize we had reverse curse technique in Star Wars. Like, you know what I mean? Like that's what I'm talking about, is like that just doesn't make sense in Star Wars. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, there's not really like a place for it up until that point. So it also, when you do stuff like that, it takes away from the stakes. It really does. Like, it kind of, for me, it kind of just like pulls me out of the movie, which I'm one of those people, like, when I'm watching something and I like it, like, I'm fully immersed in it. So to see stuff that, like, kind of lowers the stakes, it makes me think about, like, the choices, like, that's always kind of bothered me about it.
Can we talk about the kiss?
Sure. I don't remember that vividly, but
Like I hate it so much because, and this is gonna ruffle some feathers within my high school friend group. I'm sorry to my friends who would read Raylo fanfic in high school. Sorry. But like, you know, like if we're comparing it to the OG trilogy, Luke gets closure with his dad. But Rey's a Goyle, so she can't relate to anybody and show that they have a deep connection without macking on each other. And so we have to write in, like, oh, and they fall in love with space.
Let me think here.
What's his? Mussolini.
I was gonna say Elon Musk.
Yeah. But I was just thinking of.
I like Elon Musk. That's a good one. That's a good one for Kylo.
That's good. Yeah.
No, I agree. I felt like, I don't know why do you feel like Rey has to end up with some guy at the end? Like, you know, like, what's the point of that? She's supposed to be this Luke. She's supposed to be like a new Luke, you know what I mean? Or like kind of like, I kind of see her more as an Obi-Wan than I do Luke, in my opinion. But like, I don't get the point of it.
Which is crazy, because do you know, like, the original plot point for Rise of Skywalker?
No.
Where instead of being Palpatine's granddaughter, she was going to be, like, a descendant of Obi-Wan.
Yeah,
like, her daughter, like, his
sounds-
daughter or granddaughter or something.
Yeah, like, that's peak.
Yeah.
I feel like the whole kiss is like fan service, but like who asked for it?
Yeah.
It's like
My
fan
friends
service
from
for
high
nobody.
They wrote them and like, please.
Yeah,
And then at the end, when she says, I'm Rey Skywalker, it's like,
Oh,
my God.
Oh God, there's a lot of moments like that, I think, throughout all the sequels where you kind of just like drop your head and like shake it a little bit.
It insists upon itself, Lois.
But you know what? At the same time, it's like that in the originals and prequels too, where you kind of just drop your head and you're like, why are we saying this? Like, the one thing about Star Wars that I think is a fair critique about all the movies. It ain't the dialogue, like, really ain't there. Like, it's a cool plot points, it's cool stuff. It's definitely no Game of Thrones.
Like, one thing I was telling Devin was how, like, while the original trilogy was filming, I can't remember which movie it happened in, but Harrison Ford at one point said, like, I remember, it was like to the cast or the crew, whatever, he's like, I need to bring George Lucas down here by his neck and have him read the he's having us speak right now, dude.
Yeah, no, like, I agree. Like, it's never really, the script-wise, it was never really all that great. I think people don't really think about that enough. Like, prequels, originals, sequels, it's all kind of...
Yeah.
But yeah.
We're here for the laser swords, bro.
Yeah. True. Very true. That's a valid comeback.
I'm here for the laser swords and the edits on TikTok, which I should say, Matt, you should have this intro be like
I think we have to restart it, by the way, after done talking.
TikTok edit at the beginning.
And now we're talking spin-offs. So, like, you seem like you really want to talk about Rogue One.
I just want to talk about Rogue One because one of my biggest pet peeves in film, television, is just shows and movies that are too scared to kill off their main characters. This movie kills off every character. So I like it for that reason. And then you have more aura farming with Darth Vader at the end. So I think it's a good movie just on those two things alone.
Like, the aura farming from Darth Vader at the end of this movie, bro. I know I keep referencing the comic books and stuff. Comic book Vader has peak aura. That's like where most of his aura comes from, in my opinion. That ending scene in Rogue One is damn near close to comic Vader aura.
It is so cool. Or like the "you might choke on your aspirations" line. That is cool. Like, I love that. Like, it comes out, sometimes it feels like it comes out of nowhere, and there's like that kind of like whole subplot of, I don't remember his name. He's kind of like trying to undermine Vader, and Vader just so clearly sees through it. Like, I think that goes to the aura point. It's very cool.
My favorite thing about Rogue One is walking out of the movie theater with my high school ex's family, and his dad is silent for most of the ride home. Like, it's about an hour drive from the movie theater. He goes, well, they're gonna bring them back in the next movie, and like my ex is just like, no, Dad. Like, it's just like this happened before all. Like, they're not bringing him back, and he's like, they're bringing him back. They wouldn't just do that, and we're all just laughing, like just being like, no.
Yeah.
It's dead.
They're
dead.
I like that point too. Like, it's cool. It's a very dark film. It's not like a lot of highs. There's not like a whole lot of like main hero stuff. It's a very dark film, which makes it very different from like Star Wars in general. Just out of offhand, I'm gonna put it in S tier. So I guess that makes it my 3. I don't know if you guys have tiers for it too. But
I haven't seen it probably since like 2018, so I don't remember it that vividly. But I remember loving it when I watched it.
it's worth a rewatch. It's 1,000%.
I think at least for right now, I'll put it in A tier.
Yeah, 100%.
I think I'd put it in B.
I think it also, the cool part about it, and we see this more in, I can't remember the name of it, but in the show that's like the spinoff on it, on the one guy, Andor, yes. But the Republic were not always good people. Like, the Republic had to do some horrible stuff too. Like, they weren't this holier than thou operation. Like, that's not how you win a war to begin with. So to kind of see that side of it, I think was very cool too. Like, you know, these were very flawed people, but like, because of what the Empire was doing to them, they were pushed to their limits themselves, which in a way kind of mirrors Anakin. But you know, that's just me being a little too analytical about it.
And another thing, like at least with like hindsight and how I view that movie, it makes me like it a lot. I'm gonna sound like the typical glup shitto guy. Do y'all know about glup shitto? No. I'll explain that after this.
Okay.
But it's like seeing like the one droid in that movie, and like saw, I think it's pronounced Guerrera or whatever.
Yeah.
You know, seeing him in that movie and then playing like the Jedi Fallen Order and Jedi Survivor games and seeing them too.
Yeah.
It's like seeing like just how expansive the Star Wars universe is. I just find that like super cool to me. It's like whenever I see them like in the games, it's like, I remember that guy.
Saw Gerrera's in the Clone Wars, the animated show.
That too.
That's how they got it from. They got him from that, and like they were like gonna reuse them and speak.
And now glup shittos. Okay. So you've never heard this term before?
No.
So it's from a tweet, God, probably like 6 years ago at this point. But it really has entered the vocabulary for a lot of different online fandoms, especially like nerdy fandoms.
Yeah.
Where it's making fun of people who are like super excited or like point out when a super obscure Star Wars character is in the background or something. Just like, you know,
Yeah.
I can't wait to tune in for Mandalorian Season 5, Episode 7, where they have Glup Shitto in the background. and so I am obviously a hypocrite because I make fun of a lot of Glup Shittos. But I'm like, I have my own Glup Shittos, though.
Yeah, no, I think that's
I'm not gonna put in the comments if I'm your glup shitto, guys.
But
Back like it.
yeah, no, I agree. Do we think we're good on Rogue One? Do we want to
think-
talk about Solo at all?
I
It's an alright movie.
I liked it.
I don't think I ever finished it.
Yeah,
I saw it again, probably like 2018, 2019. Wasn't anything special. I was bored on Netflix one day, and I just saw. I was like,
yeah.
oh, why not? I like his skin in Battlefront 2. So,
Although I do think our camera's about to die, so we might have to wrap it up in a second.
Ashoka is awesome.
Yeah, no, Star Wars is awesome. Clone Wars, just real quick, we couldn't mention it. Cannot go without mentioning it. S tier by far, super good. If you haven't watched Clone Wars, watch Clone Wars. It's phenomenal. It starts very kiddie. I won't lie to you, but a lot like anime. If you're an anime fan, where it kind of starts kiddie, once the story begins to roll, once it develops, it's like, oh my god. It's also, I forgot the name of this. It's not like chronological. It's not chronological order. So like,
it's an anthology.
Anthology. So like, it's just mini stories and stuff, and it's essentially like a whole bunch of side quests. So if you like something like the Seven Kingdoms about Game of Thrones, I'm sorry, I'm talking really fast to get this done, but it's very similar to that. It's essentially just a whole bunch of side quests. It adds a whole bunch of content. It adds a whole bunch of depth to characters, and you should watch it. You also become super attached to clones, and it makes episode 3, the Phantom Menace. No, not the Phantom Menace. The Revenge of the Sith. That much more cool. All right, cool. That's my Game of Thrones.
So, and anyone else got finishing thoughts?
Beautiful trilogy.
All of them.
All of them. F
Yeah.
tier, except for the one F tier. I live in extremes. It's kind of a problem, but it's okay.
So, camera's dying. We're wrapping it up. We'll see y'all next week where we're about to do a Mount Rushmore of superheroes. See y'all then. Hopefully the camera doesn't die while I do this. Bye.
Bye.
Die.
May the force be with you.
May the force be with you.